the Green Bay Packers could have done a little bit differently. Not really a Packers fan, but I am interested in what they do as to whether Aaron Rodgers really gets another shot at this or not, and if they're really trying to push him out or what. But so I decided that, hey, I'm gonna start a 2020 off season with the free agency and the draft, and do it a little differently. I changed the defense to a 4-3 base, changed the personnel a little bit, drafted differently, didn't draft a quarterback in the first round. I actually drafted C.D. Lamb in the first round. He was available. I didn't trade up to get him even, and he was available at my spot. I didn't do much different on offense except I drafted for the offensive line. Got a rookie starting at right tackle. Got rid of Jimmy Graham and signed Jacob Hollister. I think he's from the Seahawks. Maybe a little bit more of a, I don't know if he's a better fit or not, but he tries a little bit harder. And then, like I said, C.D. Lamb right there. Number 2 receiver, I kept Alan Lazard, and I got Rashad Perriman here. As a free agent, he should be a stud number 3 receiver. So the offense should be quick, and I kept the two running backs. The right side of the line is still a bit suspect. I mean, like, Balaga's gone, and right guard, right tackle could be weak, so we'll have to. But with the defense, it was a 3-4 defense. I switched it to 4-3. Hopefully a little bit better at stopping the run. We got some cover linebackers in the draft, hopefully. And, I just totally reconstructed my linebackers. I moved the Smith brothers to defensive end, so they're going to play down as down linemen instead. Rather than drafting a rookie at corner who's not starting by any means, I mean, the secondary is the same, but hopefully my linebacking core is good. We'll just got to see. I got a veteran there to kind of help him along. Hopefully, I don't expect too much from him play-wise. But you see what happens.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans.
They really built.
With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
See if there's any injuries on either team. Nope, both teams are clear. All right.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson. On first down, Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helped for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Oh! Come on, that was a pick 6.
A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough.
That always helps to get. Well, that was good, a good blitz. Blitz up the middle. They picked it up, but he had to. Here come there. There's 55 coming, fighting a double team. Comes through. Yeah, so good enough pressure to force him. Ooh. That was a good read by the corner. I usually like to get a snap of these.
To pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
That's really silly.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. You must be drinking.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and goal. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, that's
Touchdown, Packers.
All right.
Jacob Hollister there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet.
Let's get a shot of that, though. Look at that. That's tight end's done. That's it. Could even go full back there, you know, but tight end is just, that's where you want to go. That does look like Aaron Rodgers' release too. He just kind of flicks it.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Now, do I want to be a team that...
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
win.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
See, obviously the Texans didn't trade Hopkins in this scenario. This is alternate reality. It's different. Different off-season moves. What I did was just started my franchise just before
The opening play of the drive goes backwards.
So
now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Some players for the draft.
Back to throw, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson, and this is going to be incomplete.
That'll happen.
That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Tyler Ervin back deep.
In any franchise, not just in this season, but in any time I start a franchise.
It's taken to the 26.
My main goal is to get on defense.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Big plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I've been trying to get better and better at that. Like I said, when you stop the run.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Big pass plays.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Check 1.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Phillips coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Rodgers. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers, he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Well, especially PS4.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Even back on Sega Genesis, but I mean, as far as right now, I mean, like the quarterback throwing motion, like I was playing a season with Tom Brady, and it looks like his throwing motion. It looked like Tom Brady. It sounded like him. It looked like him. And as now playing with Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's got a recognizable throwing motion. It looks very accurate.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Watson, and his throw here's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Let's go, D. Shift.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. That's caught by Hollister. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
That was stupid.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. On the return is Irvin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, that was my drop part.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Let's go, baby.
Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On play action. Now Rodgers. A throw caught by Kumaro.
Yeah.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Hollister.
Jacob Hollister with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Johnson on the counter. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Throwing on third down, Watson, screen play, Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
Why did I do? Oh my God! Why?
54 yards, well struck, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Why did I do that?
Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our players spotlight, and it's been a good game for him to this point. Charles, they're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
I'm coming after you. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you.
Throwing now is Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Jam. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now Rodgers operating from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man.
Nice.
It's Lamb. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1.
319. I'm coming for you. You mine. Go. Move. 319.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
I know you feel that.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers, the linebackers at Cunningham there defensively to make that play.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Adams has it, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Tackle me.
And since the penalty occurred in the...
I mean, that was a touchdown. Definitely a touchdown, but grabs me there and turns me. I love how accurate that throwing line is.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Increases the enjoyment of the game.
They come up in an offset eye.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Check it back, check it back. Right.
To throw is Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
So we got man.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
To adjust this.
And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
A little bit one way or the other, and it's really touchy. It can either be too hard or too easy. Like, it's touchy.
Carlson on for the PAT.
28-0 already.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
11
so
plays,
that one a long
yards.
11-play drive.
Jeez.
And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. With a catch made by Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action, it's Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The one thing,
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Johnson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Nice.
8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him, kicking it from a long distance. That'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Shut up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield.
Left, but I
a really nice pickup.
No wonder the defense didn't get it.
Blue 58. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught. Packers touchdown.
Jesus, you guys, come on.
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to pour it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Got 4.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
An excellent gain, 35 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Easy, 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 easy. Hey, Mike. 41. I'm going to wedge that, huh? Cut, cut, cut. Hey, exit.
Rodgers to throw once more. This is caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Well, they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Move. 3 down, 3 down. Jump out.
And again, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Kerryon Johnson, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And that one all tied against the visiting Steelers. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Josh Reynolds, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it Back over to Brandon and Charles.
Halftime. This is just...
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4.
We got this.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney, merciless, picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Jones. Big hold of the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the...